All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? We are in Boise, Idaho today. My name's Ray, and I am the co-founder of Project Roll Call. We are here shooting another episode of Stronger Together. And today with us, we have two very close personal friends to Project Roll Call and our mission. We have Doug and Debbie. If you guys would introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about any military connections that you guys have.
Go first.
I'm Debbie. I'm the co-founder of Ride for 22. Military affiliation is with this guy right here. Okay.
Douglas Knehr, 21 years, Air Force. Went around the world, a lot of deployments, a lot of the sandy places, and then some really nice places also.
Awesome. And so we're here today to not only talk about you guys, but to talk about your mission, which is Ride for 22. You want to tell us a little bit about Ride for 22 and how it started?
I'm good at that.
So Ride for 22 is veteran suicide awareness. 9 years ago when we started up, it was going to be a one and done deal. A friend of ours lost a good friend of his to suicide, and he wanted to do something to kind of remember the person that he lost by suicide. So being in the motorcycle community, and most motorcycle organizations, clubs, people that ride motorcycles are military, ex-military. It just seems to be their thing. So we put on a ride. All the money we collected went straight to the VA center. And shortly after the ride, because it was such a big hit, that the very first ride we had, there was a niche for it, and there wasn't much talk about suicide, that a couple people came to us, asked us if we're going to do it again. The three founders got together, we talked about it, and we started Ride for 22.
That's awesome. And it is a great event, having personally partaken in it a couple times. What you guys do is absolutely incredible. And, I can't say enough about what you guys are doing for the community and stuff. Can you guys elaborate a little bit on what your mission statement is?
Okay.
Well, mainly we focus on awareness, because if you don't know there's a problem, if you don't know there's an issue, then nobody can take action to fix it, to try to remedy it, to come up with solutions on how to, I don't want to say eradicate it, but to bring numbers down. So if we say the word suicide enough, it just becomes another word. 10, 15 years ago, if somebody said or made suggestion to somebody, hey, I'm having suicidal thoughts, I'm thinking about killing myself, it's like, oh, cops, ambulances, fire trucks, everybody's there. You put in a rubber room, you're drugged up, and we don't want that. We want it to be an everyday word so that somebody can come to me, to anybody, and not feel that they're broken, not feel that it's a taboo situation, and not to feel bad about feeling the way that they feel. Just so long as you can talk to somebody and find an avenue to go down to get help for yourself.
Right. And you're right. There is, even still with all the organizations out there, there's quite the stigma around the word. And we do need to change that narrative. We do need to make it, every day. Just, as easily as we say, hi, how are you? We should be able to talk about those issues, because if we can't make sure that people are truly taken care of on that level. So, can you tell me, obviously we're here in Boise because you guys have an event tomorrow, and that is your 9th annual?
Yes.
Yes. And, from where it started to where it is now, can you tell me a little bit about that process? Because I know that, I stepped into it, about 4 years ago is when I first did one of your rides, and it was a pretty big event. And just to see the numbers I thought was absolutely incredible. How did you guys get there?
A lot of hard work.
Hard work.
A lot of hard work. No, it's just the veteran community keeps growing, and they keep wanting to help out. And so it makes it a really great event for us and for the veterans that we help afterwards.
So do you guys advertise it at all, or is it just all word of mouth or social media?
Social media, website, word of mouth, every which way we can advertise it, we do.
And when you want to point people at your organization, how would you prefer they look for you, on your website or social media? What's the best way to get a hold of Ride for 22?
I would say the social media.
And that's just Ride for 22
Yeah.
on Facebook and Instagram or anything else? Or
They could also go to our website, which is ridefor22.org. And when they hit contact me, it comes straight to me in an email, and I get in touch right back with them. So, which is pretty quick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know when I first started, I reached out to you because I was trying to, put together being here without knowing anything about it from a distance. And you did. You were right on getting back to me and getting information. So
Now, anybody reaches out, and if I get it, I'm on it.
awesome.
So, out.
We do know that social media is king. Everybody's on their phone, especially the younger generation. Everybody's, doing this number. But what we do advocate a lot is when you go to our social media page, then spread it by word of mouth. Because in today's day and age, we're walking around like this on the phone and people are walking by us and we don't notice people. And one of the big things is, when you fall into a depression, you feel like nobody notices you. Nobody knows who you are. So if you just stand up and just watch people and look at people, and as they come walking by, a simple smile, hey, how you doing? Perfect stranger, that could make that person's day. And then the conversation starts, and then the word gets spread even more. So start out on social media, but word of mouth is also huge, that we try to convey to everybody.
Right. And that is big because in today's society, nobody talks to anybody anymore. I've seen people text each other in the same room rather than get up and go walk over there and actually have a conversation. Yeah. It's the strangest thing because, we're obviously from a generation that grew up outside of this, so we've just kind of adapted into it. But, that's when I was growing up and when I was younger, everything was in person. You always knew where to go, where to hang out, where to be. And now everybody's just in this digital world, and it's a little sad because we have lost that personal connection where somebody walks down the street and just says hi and gives you a smile. How you doing?
Yeah, and that's why, once again, like I said, social media is king to get the initial word out, but we really like personal interaction with everybody because on a phone it's so impersonal. But if I'm talking to you and I'm staring you in the eyes and looking at you, it's a personal connection, and it makes you feel like you matter.
Right.
And you do. Everybody does, and that's what that personal connection really does.
Right. And that eye contact also gives you the ability to see things that you can't see through a text or a phone call. Yeah. You can see the pain in someone's eyes and if they're suffering, and that's something that can only be done with that physical connection. So social media is king. It's taken over. It used to be websites, and websites are kind of even going away. Everybody has them, but nobody goes to them. Everybody goes to the social media sites. So, okay. So obviously you guys got an event tonight, which is a balloon release.
Yes.
And then tomorrow will be Ride.
Yes. We're going to be busy. Well, we've been busy.
So the balloon release tonight, the theory, what we're trying to do is people that have lost somebody, they have those candle lanterns. I can't remember exactly what they call, where they light a candle and it's like a floating lantern. So instead of doing that, because fire hazards and so on and so forth, so we get helium biodegradable balloons so that, when they do land someplace, they will biodegrade, so you get a balloon, you have a marker, you write on there a little note, somebody's name, love you, miss you, come back soon, something on the balloon. And then at one time, we release them all, and that's the theory behind it.
Awesome. Awesome. I really like it. You know, the symbolism there. I was actually at the one time you did do the lanterns, and it was really cool to watch them all go up at night. And I mean, just the visual of it was pretty amazing. So I imagine the balloons are going to be equally as cool.
Yeah,
So,
it was last year. It was pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. So then the ride. Any idea how many bikes we're anticipating this year? Or?
A lot, I hope.
Yeah, well, the weather's going to be perfect. So that's a plus. It's going to be in the 70s. So that's going to draw everybody out. So I'm thinking I'm hoping for 1,000.
That would be wonderful. I think that's real close to what it was that first year I came. There were a lot of bikes. I was like, wow.
But one year we actually had 1,200.
Wow.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And that kind of slowed down a little bit. So,
Picking back up though.
yeah.
Yeah. Everybody wants to get out. Everybody got sick of being captives.
I know.
So
And of course, we hope everybody comes out for the camaraderie, the community building, just talking to people, meeting new people, making connections with people that you've never met before. We have guest speakers. We do the whole military, posting the colors, moment of silence for those that can't be here. So just to get the community together, because not just one person or two people can do a whole lot. You need the community to focus together to make the biggest difference. So the more people we have come out, the bigger impact we can have at that moment and for the rest of the year when we do help veterans and families and other organizations that we do.
nice. So other than tonight and tomorrow, you guys have a ride in July 20th in Roseburg.
Yes.
They also have a 5K run that they're doing in Roseburg in June.
Yeah,
Well,
that's going to be through the safari park.
yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
So if you're a slow runner, don't worry, because they're going to have a couple big cats
Cheetahs and bears chasing
after you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. I think they'll be really happy when I come through because they'll say, oh, that's a meal. Right?
you're like, yep, there it is.
Everybody else will be safe. That's in June. I thought you guys did a run and a walk with the ride also.
They usually do, but she decided to split it up this year to see if she'd get more people for the 5K.
Okay.
So,
Because there was a lot of confusion there. We have two events on the same day. You have two different flyers. People are like, well, which one is correct? And to set up two totally separate events on the same day is a lot of work.
So I know that, I saw them down there the few times I've been down there. So this time just be bikes. I like that.
yeah, just bikes this time. So,
Okay, with all these events that you guys have going on and all your connections with the community, are there things that people can do to help you guys as an organization? I mean, are you looking for volunteers from time to time? Is there a way that people can donate to you to help fund your mission? Is there anything that you would like to put out there through your website or social media that people can interact with you and just get involved?
yeah, we're always looking for volunteers, especially for our biggest ride, which is tomorrow. So in April, we need a lot of volunteers to help out. It's a big event. We can't do it by ourselves. So we do need people to help. If anybody wants to help financially, you can go on our webpage. There's a donate button right there, and you just donate right to there. So you can help that way. But we really need people to come help at our event. So yeah, that's a big thing right there.
And we'd like to also convey to everybody, there's people when they see our organization, they equate it to other ones, and there's only four. There's 4 of us that run the whole organization. So when we have 700, 800 bikes come out, all these people want to register, buy product, go to our table where the all the veterans pictures are. There's only 4 of us, so we need a lot of help. We also have an event that we didn't talk about in September, which is a nightlight ride, and we need help and volunteers for that also, because we normally have about 100 to 150.
We've had 200.
We had?
Yep.
So we have a lot of people coming through with that. But people need to know there's only 4 of us that do everything. And everything is volunteer. Everything we do is volunteer. Nobody gets paid, so volunteers are volunteers.
Right. Yeah. So the night ride, can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
So the theory behind that is, well, so we start out, it's like 7 o'clock at night. We have all our ceremonies and stuff, and then 8 o'clock is when we start going. About that time is when it's dusk and it's starting to get dark out. And we ask people, light yourself up with battery lights, light your bike up with all kinds of lights, and we make a spectacle of ourselves going straight down the main boulevard through a couple towns. Now, the whole theory behind that is there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You don't need to go down the dark tunnel.
Nice.
You know, come see who we are. And we make a spectacle of ourselves so that it brings up the question. It's like, why is there 100 motorcycles with Christmas lights on them? Why is that guy with this one-piece jumper on all lit up? Why does he have a rotating light on top of his head? You know, and just brings up a conversation. And that gets into the personal part again, where you're physically talking to somebody, not getting on the phone and like that.
That's great, man. I love the symbolism behind it. That's really cool. And for some reason, I have no doubts that you do make a spectacle of yourself.
Oh, he does. He does.
Right? I can see it. I've seen him ride.
Yeah. He does.
And that is just, it's awesome, because whatever it takes to open that conversation.
Yeah.
And if you make yourself approachable, people will approach you.
Yeah.
So that is huge. All right. I know that you guys are on a tight schedule, so we'll wrap it up here in a minute. But before we do, is there anything else that you guys want to share?
You want to share some of the stuff that we did last year?
So people are always asking, hey, you know, where'd the money go? What happened here? What happened there? So last year we paid for a veteran's dog to be PTS trained. I don't exactly know how you say it, but yeah, he had a dog. He was pretty bad off, and a puppy, and he needed a train, so we paid for that. 5 scholarships, 5 $1,000 scholarships to BSU veterans at BSU. Now, the way we do it with that is, I've never been to college. I've never got a scholarship. But from what I hear is, if you go through the school and you get a scholarship, they actually take a portion of the funds for administrative costs and stuff. So if there was a $1,000 scholarship, they may only get $900 or $800 or something like that. And they tell them what they can use it for. So what we started doing was we just, we work with 2 other organizations.
3.
Idaho Veterans Network, Waken, and
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart Foundation. And we work with them, and when we give a $1,000 scholarship, it's here's a check for $1,000. We don't take any fees, we don't take any of that. If they need it for books, use it for books. If you need it for a computer, use it for a computer. We do know that a lot of people have families and issues come up. So, you know, we all hope that it's all for the right reasons, but if they have car problems and they can't get to school, that's a good reason. Fix your car. If you're spending all your money on books and tuition, stuff like that, and you need to eat, spend it on food. But the whole theory is, here's a full $1,000. It's not money isn't taken off of there. So we did 5 scholarships last year. The Blue Star Moms, we donated to the Blue Star Moms again last year. Save a Warrior, donated to them. We sponsored a family just this past Christmas. Mm-hmm. They had 2 teenage kids and a mom.
Well, she did, yeah.
So we bought them all the holiday stuff that they needed and food and everything like that.
I picked them up and took the kids out shopping.
That's awesome.
Alberts's gift cards for the veteran services. It was $1,000 worth of Albertson gift cards. Jackson's fuel cards for the veterans that need to need help with fuel. That was another $1,000. So we spent almost $15,000 this past year.
Veterans last year.
Yeah, going towards veterans and helping veterans last year.
That is awesome. So many organizations, that people donate to, they don't know where the money goes to. So thank you for sharing that, because it really does make it more personal to know, that this is, your dollar in, dollar out goes here. And, those are all great causes, because, students, they always need money for, how am I going to get this? How am I going to get, and if you have guidelines on what you can and can't spend your loans and grants on, then how do you buy food sometimes? How do you, and if they don't have a place to sleep and a full belly, then they can't focus on their education. So giving them those scholarships to do I really like that. I wish more organizations just did something like that.
And it's actually kind of cool with the organizations that we did team up with. We did it the first year. Right for 22 did it by ourselves, and it's actually a lot of work to try to get the word out to the students. What guidelines, for the essay that's coming to us, then getting the time when to pick these up, where to pick them up, when to give the checks out. So then we teamed up.
Go through all the essays ourselves that first year, and I did.
So then teaming up with the other organizations, when they saw us doing that and the theory behind it, where they get the full money, they were like, hey, we want in on this. So as it is, it's just not five $1,000 ones. We give out $15,000 between the three organizations.
Yeah.
And it's actually great for us, because somebody else gets all the essays in. They take all the personal stuff off. They take like the name and a couple other things off. And then all we do is we get just the paragraph or two of why they think that they deserve the money. And so we just get it, we read it, we pick five that we feel, and so the other organization picked 5 and 5, and it's all anonymous. And then there's a fourth entity that puts all the information back on there and says, okay, these are the people that you pick.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. So, yeah, I think that you might acquire another organization real soon.
Yeah.
It is very cool. Yeah. We would, I think, very much enjoy being involved in that. So, again, I know you guys have to run, and I need to get packed up and go get a bike so I can go to your balloon thing tonight. So, I am going to sign off, but first I want to say, hey, if you're an organization out here and you'd like to come in and sit with us like Doug and Debbie did, talk about your organization, we'd love to have you. Reach out. Let us know. If you are an individual that knows of an organization that you feel would benefit by partnering up with us and getting involved in what we're trying to do, please let us know, and we'd reach out and talk to them as well. But that all being said, we're going to sign off here, and we will be back again next month with another episode. But please remember, until you see us again, each and every one of you guys matter. We're out.
Yes.